It's time to review pivot tables and Facebook. Two things you wouldn't normally put together, but I've decided to make a list of all my friends, write some details about them, and throw them into a pivot table. And we'll do a little quick lesson on how to make pivot tables. So this thing is a Facebook Sprap. You can check out the Facebook Sprap video to figure out what that is. But it's got a list of friends, list of information. I have already taken this entire area and called it something. I did something called naming a range. I took a big box of Excel area and I named it FBF, which stands for Facebook Friends, and it has a bunch of different information. We're going to create a pivot table out of this area and then show you how everything works. So, honey, can you go up to Insert at the very top next to Home, top left, and click Pivot Table on the left, and Pivot Table. And what you get is a menu screen. And what it wants to know is, it says, hey, you're going to create a pivot table, which is a crazy information dispensing report. What area do you want to be considered to be part of this table that you're making? What is the source area, basically? And where it says select table or range, we need to actually type something on the keyboard. You need to type equal sign right there, honey. You got the keyboard right there?
You didn't tell me those.
It's very little typing. It's minimal. Don't worry. You type equal sign right there, underscore, shift in the underscore button, FBF, which is the name of the range that I did. And we're going to put this on a new worksheet, which is its default setting is already going to put it on a brand new Excel worksheet at the bottom. So press OK. OK. Now here's what we got. We got a brand new sheet. I had a sheet called Friends and a sheet with a bunch of code that I wrote, and then there's this blank sheet that's just popped up. And there's a big box that says pivot table, and it's really confusing. There's a bunch of fields over here on the right. Nobody knows what's going on. It freaks people out. But it's not a big deal. Basically, there are titles over here which have to do with columns, big bars, vertical bars up and down of information. It's on the other sheet. For example, the first one up here is a number sign. That has to do with the number of the friend. So if you take that, you can actually grab it with the mouse, pull it down to values. Okay, I'll tell you why later. Now the next thing up there at the top is current FB friends, name of FB profile. Name of FB profile is an interesting one to be a row category, meaning what we would be looking by. We would be looking by names of people. Yeah, put it down to row categories, exactly. Okay, what else do we want to do? We've got friend comments. Those are funny, so grab those and put that underneath the name, yep, and the row labels. We're going to create a hierarchy of descriptions on the left. Put it in the row, whoop, not over there. That's going to blow everything up. Now, the column labels make things go left to right. You want to do row label. There you go. What else we got? Last contact, first degree, second degree, still friend. Interesting. Still friend should be a filter. So grab still friend and put it in report filter, which is right there. Exactly. And we're starting to develop something over here, which I'll explain how it's happening later. We want to get this done in under a couple minutes. What do we do with first degree and second degree? Okay, take first degree and put it up at the very top in row labels, right above name of FB. Yeah, right there you go, exactly. And that's all we'll do for now. Okay, so what we have is a table where we can... It's got names of people, it's got referrals, and it's all spread out. We don't want it to be so spread out. So what we're going to do, first thing we're going to do is we're not going to show anybody who is not a Facebook friend of mine. So I put that filter up top that says still friend because we need to click the arrow next to the all. Yep, they're exactly right there. And you want, if it's a 1, then they're a friend, and a 0, we're not. So if you just click on the 1, even though it looks like it doesn't get, it kind of gets highlighted, you press OK, that's fine. That will remove anybody who's not one of my friends based on the way I set up my table. Now, just for viewing purposes, click where it says number 1 Sarah. You see, if you click on that cell, you see where it says number 1 Sarah, cell A4. Yeah, there you go. Right click when you're in there. And see where it says expand collapse? It's like the 6th one down. It's going to be an arrow. You want to do collapse entire field. Down, down. Yes. That's going to shrink all of the, basically what this first column is this thing over here that I said, which is first degree. First degree stands for the first, sixth degree of Kevin Bacon thing. It's the first person that was in between me and one of my friends. For example, number 1, Sarah, up there. That's a girl named Sarah Toohey, who's recently been married, and I don't know her married name, up at the University of Vermont. If you press plus next to the number 1 on Sarah, press almost, the arrow's going to change to a, it doesn't look like that. Yeah. Alexandra Larson is someone I know through, we used to call her Big Sarah. She's not big. She was the tallest Sarah on the floor. So we called her Big Sarah, like 9 Sarahs. Alex was a girl that I found or became friends with through that Sarah. As you can see, it was a failed crush of mine back in 2000 or 97. Now that's just one person that Sarah was. That Sarah was the first degree, basically, for me to meet. Like I don't have anyone else who I met through Sarah yet, or at least I haven't gone through everybody in the list. What's kind of interesting. Also, we don't want to do sum of number. We want to do count of number. Can you go over to the very right where it says values, all the way in the bottom right? Honey, it says sum of number. There's an arrow next to it, all the way in the way bottom right, all the way down to the bottom right, in the fields. You awake? You're still sleeping. List. Go to last contact up there in the middle. In the if you go on the field list on the right there, it's like the fifth one down, up in the list of fields. Grab last contact and pull it to the top of the row labels, like above first degree. Yep. Didn't take. Try it again. Okay. All right, and then scroll up all the way up to the top and click where it says July. See where it says July in cell A4? Right click, expand, collapse entire field, the fourth one. Yeah. No, that's expand entire field. Well, what you're seeing when you expand it is actually interesting. The first, you're going to collapse it now. Okay. Collapse it. This shows how long it has been since I've seen certain people. So this would show, because I said how long it's been. So like if you wanted to see where it says like weekly.
Too often? Am I under that character?
You want to open that up and see who's too often? It's just you!
Oh,
And by the way, where it says she knows about the bet, that could be a hyperlink to an audio file. So I could actually have a little audio file right next to that.
Why are you seeing me too often?
Well, no, I just wanted to joke because you're the one I see the most.